Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Jillian here. I'm your host, and on my channel we speak about everything from conscious relationships, spirituality, sexuality, business, and everything in between. So if that's your jam, then stick along. I work with the rebel soul, the person that is willing to go against the status quo, the person that knows they are on their special spiritual journey, one of their unique soul's calling, and they know that they can have it all. This I call the healer's journey. And there are 3 stages of the healer's journey. And this is something that I work deeply with all of my clients on, no matter what stage of the journey that you're on. Because ultimately it's about living life to the fullest potential, the fullest human potential, and one of joy and connection and happiness and everything that turns into you following the call of your soul, from knowing yourself deeply and from them being of service to the world by living your purpose, which is essentially being you with your unique gifts and talents. And what I do is really help people step into their power, step into their purpose, step into their partnerships, and step into their prosperity through a spiritual lens. So today we are speaking about how to become an empowered entrepreneur. Now, the entrepreneurial journey is a really interesting one, and I am a 2-time entrepreneur. For those of you that don't know, I built and scaled a very successful boutique digital recruitment consultancy. So I was in career consultancy and headhunting and business development for a very, very long time before I moved full-time into my spiritual healing and coaching business. And it was really interesting because I built that business, albeit outwardly successful from a financial standpoint, from a growth standpoint. You know, we grew in revenue every single year. We grew in headcount every single year. But it was really through a place of force. It was through a place of trying. I really became a workaholic, and a lot of the other parts of my life actually went to shit. So I'm really being called to usher in a new paradigm of business, a new paradigm of conscious business, of being in harmony and balance with our flows, our cycles, and the natural rhythm of things. Instead of being in creating a business from this place of stress, from this place of force and push and achievement and constantly striving after these goals and just never feeling fulfilled, to a place of your why, to a place of really creating a business that is so aligned to your soul, that is so aligned to your beautiful, unique soul gifts and talents that it doesn't feel like work. And honoring your natural cycles and rhythms of rest. Because once we have rest, then we have that space to take the aligned action. Creating business from a place of partnership with our business, a place where we're actually treating our business like our business partner. You know, in my old business, let me call it the 3D business, I had a business partner, and we went through a lot of trials and tribulations of being a business owner and being in business partnership. It was not easy, and I've learned so much along the way because I healed myself. I created amazing communication skills, relationship skills. I healed a lot of the trauma that I had around being in my own power and using my voice and putting all of my self-worth in the success of the business. And this is how we need to treat our business, especially if we are a soulpreneur, if we are a coach, a healer, a mystic, a visionary, a creative, a service provider, someone that is here for a bigger mission and knows they are here to be of service to the world in some way. And it's really shifting the narrative of your business, especially if it's your own brand, has its own consciousness. Now, this might be news for some of you, or it might be something you guys have tuned into or heard already. But, if you are a healer of some sort, or you are a conscious coach, or you are, you've done a lot of level of work and you have set up your own business, or you're aspiring to set up your own business, understanding that your business has its own consciousness, it has its own energy, and it wants to support you. And treating it as you would a business partnership, treating it as like a marriage, like committing fully to this business as if it was a separate entity to you, has honestly been a game changer. From going from my old business where I was very much working in the masculine, I wasn't connecting with my intuition. I was forcing, I was pushing, I was in stress mode, I was in fight or flight, I was unfulfilled, I felt stuck. All of the things, I was burnt out, I was ill, all of the things that I've learned from on how I operated within that old paradigm of business and how I operated in relation to my business partner has been, again, a game changer on how I operate now within my spiritual business. No longer am I pushing and forcing things to happen. No longer am I pushing myself to do more, achieve more. I am really honoring myself, my rest, my nurture, because I've learned that actually from that space is where your business starts to grow. It's so amazing to really recognize how we've all been like brainwashed to believe that our business can flourish and grow, versus using energetics. So treating our business as this business partner that we're in a very loyal and committed relationship with, we're both honoring growth. We are both honoring each other. We are communicating with each other. We are, like any kind of business partner or any kind of marriage, right? If you have a significant other, if you want to create a conscious relationship, like there's so many fundamentals that go into it. You wouldn't make a big, massive like decision without consulting your partner. Like you wouldn't do that in business. You would be communicating every step of the way. You would be having your strategy meetings, your check-ins, the brainstormings, if you've ever had a business partner, you know that you both want the business to succeed. And it's exactly the same for the consciousness of your current own business. So learning to communicate with your business every single day and ask it questions. Ask it how you can communicate more with it. See what it needs. See how it can support you. And it will give you the beautiful messages that you need. And this is why I am so passionate about changing the shape of how we do business, because for 11 years, I was in an industry that was so competitive, so sales focused, so goal orientated and success driven that I was so depleted, fatigued, exhausted, burned out, because I wasn't working intuitively. I was working completely from the mind. And as we know, the mind tries to work out things, and there's just some things that it can't work out, because I was disconnected from my heart and I was disconnected from my intuition. But when we start to run our business as a soulpreneur from a place from our heart, from communicating with our soul, from treating our business like our business partner, that we are creating this conscious, devoted, long-term relationship with, like it is such a game changer. And I really believe that I'm here to herald in a new way of being in business, because I have learned the hard way from 7.5 years of running my old business, and the trials and tribulations and the struggles and the challenges that I suffered because I was disconnected from my intuition, and using that as my key tool to run my business, from not being able to fully have my masculine and feminine, my mind and my heart working cohesively together. I completely disregarded my intuition as like the biggest strategy tool in my business. And, I suffered the consequences of that. I really did, from a health perspective, as I mentioned, from burnout, fatigue, from hitting this glass ceiling, from feeling trapped, like I couldn't move within my business, that I'd created this beast, that was really fueled by, success and achievement and, proving something and showing the world that like I could do this. And it honestly made me so friggin' unhappy. And this is why, again, I'm so passionate about helping those that are on their own unique soul's path to discover their unique soul gifts, to follow their soul's calling into soul work and an aligned soulful business, one that they can fully grow and operate from a place of flow and ease instead of stress and force. Because like even tuning into the energy of both of those, like, do that now, guys. Tune into the energy of the force and the stress and the constant having to do. I gotta post this, I gotta do this, someone told me that I need to post 20 times a day. Feel that energy. Like, it's anxiety. So no wonder I was so depleted and, just had a myriad of like health issues whilst I was running my old business, to the point of burnout and chronic fatigue. To then understanding that everything has a cycle and a flow, and that actually your business is here to support you. And if you could communicate it like your lover, because you both want to create this like long-term beautiful relationship that is based on love, understanding, communication, compassion, and growth, tune into that. How does that feel? How does that sound? Like, that's where we need to be operating from within our businesses. And if you aren't operating like that within your business, then that's why I created my Ignite program, because I've created this 4-step formula for those that are on the healer's path, those that are here to do massive things in the world, that know they have a big mission, that know they're here to help heal others. Those that are on the healer's path have this beautiful compassion and passion and ability, but they also have had a lot of challenges and tribulations and hardships to get to the place that they're at. And anyone on this healer's path knows, if you've done this some level of inner work or spiritual work, that your mission in this lifetime has been a culmination of multiple lifetimes of where you have been stripped of your power, where you have been stripped of your gifts, where you have been judged, criticized, ostracized, and even some points persecuted for sharing your unique soul gifts, your spiritual gifts, your healing gifts, your mentoring gifts, your teacher gifts, your innovator gifts. Like, whatever you're here to do, you would have had many lifetimes where you had been persecuted and stripped of power and in pain, that could now be coming to the surface as you try to grow and scale your current business. And those could be showing up for you as being afraid to be seen, being afraid to put yourself out there on social media, being afraid to truly share your opinions and your voice, like watering yourself down because you're afraid of like what people will say. You're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of ostracizing people that you maybe know. Like, just see if this resonates with you guys, because as I said, a lot of people that are on this soulpreneur and healer's path, these will show up. These are very, very old wounds from the collective consciousness, from this life, from many other lifetimes, that are, for the most part, they show up within your business. Like, your business is your DNA. Like, just let that sink. Your business has your DNA running through every cell of it. So, of course, the subconscious fears and trauma and blockages that you have within yourself, of course, they're going to translate out into your business. And especially with our business, because our business is not, is so many things combined into one. When we add money to the whole scenario, like if your business is the key source of your finance, then that just exasperates like Maslow's hierarchy of needs and your basic needs, which are food, safety, shelter. If you don't have money, then you don't even have your basic needs met. So that's why so much of our shit comes up when we run our own business, and it's such an oxymoron in a way, because you you're meant to have this business, you're meant to have this life of freedom, that you are meant to do it your way, and you are so guided to go against the status quo and go against the grain and to share your gifts, to help people, to heal people, to support humanity in whatever way that looks like for you within your own personal business. But then you're fraught with a lot of the challenges that can come with having your own soul business. And those, as I said, come up within resistance to putting yourself out there, to being seen, to marketing, to creating community, to going into other spaces with other people, especially if you're a woman, because we have, many of us have that are on this healer's journey, we have what's called the sisterhood wound or the witch wound, which for many people are lifetimes of being persecuted and basically called out and betrayed by our sisters for being the beautiful healer and nurturer or mother or whatever it is that you were in many, many lifetimes. And that can show up with you being adverse or fearful or not feeling safe or feeling triggered in some way by other women or other women in groups. Or if you're in, for example, you work with a coach and you're in a mastermind and there's other women there staring back on a Zoom call, like you can get triggered. Like this was one for me that came up on my journey, and I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm just really like going out of my body here. And it was because I didn't feel safe. A lot of people that are also on this healer's journey, this soulpreneur journey, other things can come up around receiving. So if you are struggling to attract clients or you're struggling to make more money, then you could have blocks around receiving. And receiving money is very similar to receiving love, receiving compliments. Like, can you fully say that you are open to receiving on all levels? Can you even receive compliments? Like that's a telltale one right there. If you can't receive compliments, or if you're the person that is always going out for lunch and always paying, or just cannot allow your friend to pay, or you feel very uncomfortable when someone offers to pay, then you've got some receiving issues there. And then when we're talking about the flow of money, oh wow, for soulpreneurs and those on the healer's journey, there are some really old wounds that tend to come up when it comes to money. So many wounds that come to money. A lot of people have had experiences and have limiting beliefs around money, around the limits of money, around scarcity, around poverty consciousness. You could have made vows in the past that by sharing your spiritual gifts, that you weren't going to charge for that. There's honestly so many things that are underneath the surface that are unconscious to you that are actually running the show and cock blocking the growth of your business, that are cock blocking you sharing your unique, beautiful gifts. And then that can also show up as like imposter syndrome, in self-doubt, in fear, in thinking someone else is better than you, that you you're not good enough to charge, that you don't trust your gifts. Is this ringing true for you guys? Because this is a huge part of the healer's journey, the soulpreneur journey, is we have to truly create the abundance, the impact and prosperity that I know you deserve, that I know is part of your birthright. You have to shift and unlock and transform a lot of these hidden shadows and energies that are still plaguing you from attracting those clients, building that business, finding clarity, fully trusting your purpose, being in cycle and flow, not moving into those old paradigms of hustle culture. Like, all of this stuff needs to be at the forefront of what you're doing, because building a soul aligned business is honestly, it's an inside job. Yes, of course, marketing and strategy is important, but you could give 100 people the exact same marketing strategy, but yet how come only a percentage succeed? Because it's an energetic and mindset shift. It's like, who are the people that are actually doing that? And who are the people that actually believe that they can do that? It is all energy. It's all subconscious energy. It's all mindsets, all beliefs. It's all clearing the energetics, the emotions, the thoughts from our past that for many of us are hidden. We're not aware of it. And we think it says one thing. We think it's because the algorithm, or it's because of my marketing, or it's because I don't have a website or a logo or anything like that. That's bullshit. It's all energetic. It's all mindset. And being able to connect into your superpower, which is your intuition. Like, your intuition will guide your business. Like, if you feel like you don't have clarity, if you feel like you're on that treadmill of like, I feel stuck, I don't have any inspiration, I've lost my inspiration, I don't know what to offer next, I don't feel aligned, it's because you're not connecting to your soul. You're not connecting back with your intuition. You're not communicating with your higher self, with your guides, with the whole team that are there to support you. Like, you have a whole team, guys, of guides and angels that are there to support you. You have one for money, you have them for business, you have them for everything. And you're missing a trick if you're not working with them and consulting with them. It's like you have your own board. You have your own spiritual business board. But are you tapping into them? Like, are you tuning into their wisdom? Like, people hire a board for a reason, because of their expertise. You have expertise. But if you're not connecting and tuning in with them, then you cannot absorb their wisdom to then propel you and your business forward. And with you connecting, being able to connect to your intuition and using that as your key business strategy, you're going to have that clarity, you're going to get the next steps, you're going to be able to have that aligned action. So you're never going to be in that fear of not knowing. That place is just so, that place is horrible. Where it's just the unknown, the lack of clarity. When you tune into your intuition, even if you don't get full clarity on some things, because some things you're not meant to, you've got to go through the process. You can't just skip a step, right? Because there's some magic that you got to learn through different steps of the process. Even if you don't get that full clarity, you can have trust that everything will be okay and you will be supported. And you can be open to receiving what it is that you need in maybe unexpected ways. It is truly magical the way that you can start to align and view what work means, what running a business means, because it doesn't have to be what we have been trained to believe it has to be. That hustle culture, that work hard, that push yourself to the limit, to be successful. Oh my God, no. I have been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. It is not the way. It is not the way, because when we connect to the energetics of things, when we shift our mindset on things, that is the way to really truly build a successful business and also receive the prosperity, the abundance, the wealth, the notoriety, the fulfillment, the satisfaction of living your purpose and like serving your mission. And the other thing that I see, which is something that I work with people on I've got a very unique framework called the pathway of how I work with everyone to fully align themselves, is to reconnect with their soul gifts. Like, for so many soulpreneurs, you can have waves of self-doubt and imposter syndrome. But by reconnecting to your gifts at a deep subconscious level, you get this confidence and you embody all of these gifts that you have built and created over lifetimes, in generations and centuries. There's so much magic in your ancestral line. You have so many hidden gifts from your family line that we can go and find, and you can begin to reconnect with and embody. It's so interesting when I do the work around the soul gifts with people, because it gives them that aha moment of like, oh my God, this is really what I'm here to do. And the gifts that come through, the talents, the natural abilities, are just that direct arrow to what their purpose is. Because your purpose is just being you, like in your most authentic expression itself, and being passionate and doing the things that you love. So your natural gifts and talents and abilities, but sometimes they need to be brought back online. Sometimes you've forgotten your magic, because your magic is actually so simple. It's the things that come so easily to you that you don't actually realize are gifts. Like, to someone else, they know that's your gift. But to you, you're like, well, it just comes so easily to me, I don't like regard that as my gift. So it's such an, again, aha moments when we go into these realms of your subconscious to reconnect with gifts and lifetimes where you have been so fully in your power and so on mission and so on purpose and so fully embodied in your unique fucking gifts that you come out and you're like it's like you're ready to take over the world. And that's like where I want you to be every single moment, of being so trusting, so sure, so embodied in who you are, because you are so unique. There's literally no one else in the world like you. There's no one else that can do what you can do. There's no one else that has the experiences that you have. There's no one else that has the soul journey that you have. And for that is very unique. And what I love to do with clients is to help you really find your uniqueness, to help you find your unique expression, to help you feel so confident in what you are here to do that it just becomes so easy and second nature for you, where you can turn any stress into stillness, where you've learned the beautiful skills to be able to react instead of, you can respond instead of react. So you're just not getting triggered by, like the things that sometimes we can get triggered by, especially when we're building business. And it's really, really beautiful. And like the other big piece of my framework as well that I really support people with is like managing and discerning energy. Like your energy protection, especially if you are on your healer's path, if you are a soulpreneur, if you have a spiritual business, if you're a coach, a healer, a visionary, whatever, you are an empath. You are sensitive as fuck. and a lot of people don't understand what that means. If you are serving clients or serving the world, the animal kingdom, whoever it is that you're here to serve, but you're not looking after yourself, you don't have the routines, you don't have the energy management tools and techniques, you aren't clearing yourself, you're not protecting your energy, you're not being able to discern like the people you should be working with and what you shouldn't be doing, then you're gonna go into spiritual burnout like real quick. Because there are people that are here to take advantage of your lack of energetic boundaries. And that's really sad to say, because you're here to do some beautiful work in the world, but not everyone is here to support you. And when you can take your power back and you can truly trust what's right for you and what's not right for you, like, it's a game changer. Your energy changes, you take the rest that you need, you have great boundaries, people respect them, and you can build your business from this place of like real nurture for yourself. Like, long gone are the days where you feel guilty for taking a day off or needing 2 days in bed. You're an empath. You are a spiritual being. You're not like everybody. You're not like everybody, okay? And for many of us, we need more rest. We need more rest because we have big work to do. We are going through big energetic shifts. We are working with energy. We are working with multidimensional insights and different levels of frequency that a lot of other people just are not. And our body needs to recalibrate. Our body needs time to catch up. And therefore, we need more rest. Period. So if you are out there and you are shaming yourself for needing more rest, if you are feeling guilty for needing more rest, if you're still trying to push yourself to work in the same way as everyone else that you see, please stop. Please stop. Because you're not made for that. And it's not weakness. Your sensitivity is your gift. And I really want, if there's anything you can take from this, is that your sensitivity and your genius, like it's your gift. So finding ways to create your business and work with your business in the cycles and flows that intuitively work for you, no one else. Not how you see other people do it, not how your friend runs her business, not what you see on Instagram around the hustle culture, not what podcast you've just listened to about the do, go to be successful. None of that. Like, we are finding your uniqueness. We're finding the way that you work that is so bespoke to you. And the ability to really anchor into your why and anchor into like the lifestyle that you're really here to lead. Because some of us are really here to lead a really simple lifestyle. Some of us are here to celebrate life. Some of us are here to be the philanthropist. Some are here to give away stuff for free. Like, we all have this very unique path when it comes to our lifestyle and our business. And really being able to understand and anchor into that is so important for your success and also the success of the business and the legacy that you are ultimately here to create and leave behind. So, my beautiful, sensitive, intuitive soulpreneurs on this very unique healer's journey of lifetimes, I want to talk about my Ignite program, which is supporting you in a beautiful transformational journey for the next 3 months. And if you are an aspiring or current coach, healer, mystic, creative, visionary, entrepreneur, soulpreneur, and know that this is an inside job for you, and know that the more that you focus on shifting those parts of yourself, then more transformation will happen on the outside and within your business. And if you're ready to experience that magic, then I would love to speak to you. I would love to set up a call with you. I will put all of the details in the show notes below. And if you are not ready to fully move into a big 3-month process for massive transformation, then you can also book in a business breakthrough session with me, which is a individual session where I will use my psychic and past life and healing insights to be able to understand and clear any blockages that you might have and give you that valuable insight into what you need to know and what the next step is for you on your business journey. And yeah, this one was big. I feel like there's so many people that need to understand and hear that business doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be hard. It really is how you want to make it, and you get to decide. So the question is, what are you deciding?